The market trades sideways into the end of the week. Is another push coming? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that if the bears were going to create a pullback, they needed to break 4,500 and 15,820, and they failed to do so. While they poked below 15,820 quickly, they recaptured it and then traded sideways most of the day. So now the question is, are the bulls ready to push again? I'll get in that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so we had another great day in the room. 3 winning trades, 1 loser for a green day, even though the market traded mostly sideways. So if you want to be part of this winning team, stay tuned for later in the video. But for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 2-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And what we saw today was kind of a slow meandering down towards 4,500 before the bulls held and took us back up to about break even or slightly green to finish the day. Now, usually when we see that kind of slow meandering into support and it doesn't break, we see kind of a drift higher after that or another higher high before we see the actual move down. So it's very possible that they need to push up over the PPI pre-market high at around 45, 41. If they can push up over that, then we'll look for the next pullback to see what we get. But we are heading into options expiration, and that is a catalyst for kind of strange behavior in the market. So it is possible the bears can still sell down tomorrow, break 4,500, and start this pullback. If they are able to do that, they have to break 4,500 first. If they're able to do that, we would look to the 4470 to 4450 area to be a reasonable wave 4 of this wave 5. So you have this V wave 5, and you have this bracketed wave 4. We have it on the chart here right now. But if they hold the 4450 to 70 area, that wave 4 would come here, and then we look for one more push higher in wave 5 before starting an actual pullback. If they are not able to break 4,500, okay, then we would look for them to kind of slowly drift higher as holiday weeks have kind of this chopping drift higher behavior. And the next target higher would be 4551 and then 4585. 4551 is the 764 retrace from the summer highs. And 4585 is the 764 extension of waves 1 through 4 of this move up. And that would really be the last chance for this to be a wave 5 for the bulls. Otherwise, we would be looking at 4650 pretty directly if they're able to move through this 4585 area. So really going to depend on tomorrow, in my opinion, as that's the last real catalyst, next week being the holiday week. You have options expiration. If the bears are able to take advantage of that and get through 4,500, then they would target 4470 to 50. If they're able to get through that, and there's a good chance they would, there's not a lot of support here, they would be targeting 4430 next in a very quick move down, as this is a pretty thin structure. And then from there, we'll see if they can hold to give us a minor wave A, B, C to give us a wave A, and then a B, and then a C down into the 4282 to 4330 area in a more reasonably sized pullback. So tomorrow will kind of, in my opinion, be the decider of if we're going to get a pullback before Thanksgiving. If not, then I would suspect that we will not get one until after Thanksgiving. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, guys, on the NASDAQ, little different story. They did poke the support. They did get through 15,820 by about 10 points or so, or 20 points, and they were able to get it down a little bit, but they immediately reversed it back up above that and held it the rest of the day and stayed above it. So they'll need to come down and break the low they made today at around 15,800. If they can get down below that low, they can start the ball rolling to the downside as well. And really, tomorrow is the catalyst with options expiration as we get into the holiday week next week. Again, I suspect chopping and drifting higher. So for the NASDAQ, we would look for them to break the low from yesterday, and then their targets would be 15,773, so not too much further down. They really have a wave 4 in place if they need one. They came down to their 382, and then after that, 16,687. If they can get through that, then we should start to see a more reasonable pullback on the NASDAQ into this wave 2 area, which would take us down to about the 15,000 region. The range is about 15,100 to 14,870. So we'd be looking for that kind of pullback and then the next leg higher. But as I said, coming down and poking below, getting almost to the 382 here does give them a valid wave 4 of this move up. So if you're wondering what I mean by that, when we have a wave 1 and a wave 5 up here, what I mean is off of this wave 4 low, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'd have a wave 5 up towards 16,214, 16,200 area, and then we'd look for a pullback. So that would be the completion of this wave 1. It would move up and over to here if they're able to do that tomorrow. With the NASDAQ poking through their support and the RTY getting crushed yesterday, as you can see, the RTY was down 1.5%. With that being the case, the bears do still have a little bit of downside hope with OPEX, NASDAQ breaking through its support a little bit, and RTY pushing down. We still do look for Friday to be the catalyst. If the bears can get down through this low, then we would look for follow through and get a more reasonable pullback. But if not, again, Thanksgiving week, we would expect a drift higher. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans that both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading community, and make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and understand the market in a way that finally makes sense. If you're confused and tired of seeing good news make the market go down and bad news make the market go up, and think that the market is rigged or irrational, you're somewhat right. The market is irrational. However, if you have Elliott Wave, you understand the key levels, where the market's supposed to be, and why the market moves against what the news says. The market doesn't care about the news. It's simply a catalyst, and Elliott Wave helps you make sense of all of that noise so that you can trade the market in a way that finally makes sense. Now, this course is 25 videos where I go through 3 different stages. The introduction, where we go over some expectations, your mindset and emotion, the KISS method and why it works. We go through your complete chart setup and tools, everything you need on your chart so that you can find tops, bottoms, turns, and understand how Elliott Wave targets are hit, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, where I go through each wave, what they look like when they succeed, what they look like when they fail, all of their targets, all of their failure points, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, impulsive or motive waves, Elliott Wave degrees, everything you want to know, guys, so that you can make sense of an irrational market. The really cool thing is, if you don't want to pay the $67, I completely understand, but it is included in both monthly rooms. So if you become a monthly member, you get access to this course for free. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners course. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade, so we trade quite often in our room. But if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, and advanced training methods, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, futures trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures his trades that's so unique. Something you have to kind of see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in our rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, the key takeaways for today. 4,500 is the number. If the bears cannot break that tomorrow, it's very likely we drift higher into next week. 4,551 to 4,585 would be the next targets. Over on the NASDAQ, they need to break yesterday's low to get the ball rolling to the downside. If they can do that, then we could see the 15,773 area down to 15,687 through that, and we'll get a more reasonable pullback. If they cannot break the low, then we would look higher toward the 16,194 to 16,214 area for the move up. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink, get out of the house, enjoy your family, and I will talk to you next week.